This is Garcia and Colby coming to you from KCMG Real Estate Advisors and Downingtown Life here with Tara Thistlethwaite, the creative force behind Engaged Event Management. From weddings to nonprofit fundraisers, she makes every event unforgettable. Tara, thanks for taking the time to meet with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what got you inspired to start Engaged Event Management and how your journey in event planning began?
Absolutely. I think I've had event planning and just kind of bringing people together in my blood for my entire life. I was in corporate America doing some other things, but always the background was just party planning and bringing people together. And then once we kind of relocated back to Pennsylvania after a little short stint out in Washington State, I finally decided I wanted to get into this full time, and that was 13 years ago.
Wow.
And Engaged Event Management is in our year 7. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, and I loved every single second of it.
That's great. That's great. So tell us specifically, what are the events that you focus on doing, and also what events are you capable of doing, and a little bit about your approach to the planning side of things.
Absolutely. So I would say we got our start in weddings. The budgets are always there, pretty healthy for all the events and the management of things going through the process. Recently, we've really started to dive into nonprofit events. The great thing is it's all logistics. So really the foundation for any event, be it corporate, nonprofit, wedding, it all comes down to organization and logistics. And that's the land that I live and I love. Spreadsheets and just making sure all those I's are dotted, T's are crossed throughout. So, whatever event it is just really what I pride myself on.
We need people like you because I hate to plan events. So how do you work with your clients who already have vendors, maybe, and partners that they work with, and they want you to handle, all the aspects of the planning, but use their team?
Sure. Yeah. A lot of the times, a lot of wedding planners are kind of this full service. So really they might have had their venue picked out, the date, maybe a caterer or two, but then they start realizing how much work is actually going to go into this day of and leading up to it. So that's where we get our clients kind of reach out to us about usually 6 to 8 months out, and they need someone else, that go-to person to kind of be a soundboard throughout the planning process. We recommend different vendors, but we do really get a lot of that have an already kind of foundation for their event itself. There are some events that we do plan full up to from the ground, but I would say the majority of them really have that foundation kind of baseline already.
That's great. Well, you had me at spreadsheets because I'm the definite spreadsheet. So tell us a little bit more about the nonprofit side of things and some fun events that you've done in that space.
Absolutely. So we have most recent ones is the Friends Association Charity Ball at the Westchester Golf and Country Club. We've been helping out, but I think we're in year 5 of helping them, and it's
Cool.
really come full circle. And really this past year in December of 2025, we've morphed into just a really fun event. And I think the event itself doesn't have to be this black tie stuffiness to really kind of market and entrench the mission of the organization, which was so much fun. It was like a tropical theme. And everyone got into it and wore their awesome outfits. And we just had a ball. We had live welcome birds.
Whoa.
So we had 6 different kind of parakeets and parrots, and yes, so yeah, all these different little activations, which again, over 13 years of doing this, I have quite an extensive Rolodex of, if you want it, I know probably someone who can bring it for you.
That's incredible. I guess that makes a huge difference. Your experience and being able to come up with the ideas and the creativity. I think that's where a lot of people are like, I know what I want the vibe to be, but they don't know how to make that vibe like come to life,
Absolutely.
So what makes you different than some of the other event planners, and how do you ensure that clients can really just enjoy their event without that stress?
Yes, for sure. I'm a huge team player. There's 3 to upwards of 16 different vendors that are really coming in on that event day to make it possible. And, I say I'm here to make sure all of the other vendors can do their jobs as best they can, and really just have as much fun as our hosts and our clients when the event day actually comes, because that's really the back end of things is, photographers know certain things going on, or if they don't, just those little hiccups that come out through the day. And I think that's how we've differentiated ourselves, through the connections that we've made at each event and being present in our local community has been a really great marketing piece for us for the past 7 years.
Yeah, we can completely relate with that, and parallels in our business, in our industry, of being basically project managers for can be a stressful time in someone's life, just like planning a wedding, planning an event can be very stressful for somebody. To have someone that can kind of be the air traffic controller of the situation is really helpful. So I understand that you've received a few accolades and awards, something about Wedding of the Year recently.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes. So we are new members of the National Association of Catering and Events, the Philadelphia chapter. And we did an awesome event last year. We handshook with the Radnor Hotel, their new space there through the Fearless Restaurant Group at their Triple Crown restaurant. And it's, they had revamped everything. So our month out meeting, we had construction hats on and it was non-existent. So in a month and a half, being able to put on a full event for 150 plus people was pretty remarkable. So I submitted that to be awarded and we won. And it was just awesome. And again, that partnership with making sure the staff at the hotel knew what was going on, and just in that constant communication, I think our wedding couple was there pretty much on a weekly basis checking in along with us, because it really was quite an incredible transformation.
What a beautiful hotel too. Goodness gracious.
Yes. Yes. And again, we work with some remarkable vendors, and then the wedding couple was just awesome too.
Yeah, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So for someone who's looking for an event planner, what should people know before they start planning a major event like this? What's too big, what's too small, and what benefit do you bring to the table?
The other nonprofit that we work with is the Federation of Early Learning Services in North Philadelphia. And we have a yearly event that probably has about 1,000 plus attendees. It's like a festival. So really just kind of making sure all of that's working. That's probably my largest event. Now, year 2 for my business was COVID. So that was super fun. But we really still had just this love of these 10 to 12 person events that we were still able to put on for our clients. And that was just remarkable. So there really is not a limit on kind of large or small. It really comes down to when you really need that additional kind of just hand holding and being able to dot those I's, cross those T's, making sure, like I said, contingency plans are out there, and really just making sure on the back end everything is going and flowing smoothly as possible. Everyone thinks that it just happens and you show up and everything. It's like, no, all that hard work leading up to it to make sure all the vendors are in the know, but also being able to give our clients just the ability to be present with their friends and family come event day is really what we pride ourselves on, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of logistics, but all told, at the end of the day, if they can enjoy themselves, we failed.
Yeah, you nailed it right there. Being present, taking those responsibilities off their plate and just letting them enjoy that day.
Absolutely, 100%.
So I know you're really involved with community and networking and so forth to make sure that you have contact with all the right vendors and people that are going to support your business. Tell us a little bit about what that part of your job looks like.
For sure, yeah. In addition to kind of being a couple of the local Chamber of Commerce members, we've recently started the kind of revamped, it's called the Chester County Wedding Connection. It's just a group of all of us wedding and event pros who can come together on event days, our work days, we see each other, but we don't have time to kind of commiserate and chit chat. So this is an outlet for all of our Chester County based event vendors to come together. Every month we have a different kind of topic. But it really is nice to just kind of be able to be present and commiserate with some of the fellow pros who just totally get you.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's good stories at those events.
Yes.
Thank you, Tara. It's been a real pleasure talking with you today. I can see the excitement and the passion that you have for your business. So again, Tara Thistlethwaite from Engaged Event Management. Thank you from Kau'i and myself, Colby, from KCMG Real Estate Advisors and Downingtown Life. And please, please, please keep supporting local.
Yeah. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.